I'm now joined by the Attorney General of Idaho, Raúl Labrador. Idaho is one of the states that bar transgender athletes from competing in women's sports. Mr. Attorney General, it's great to have you on the program. Thank you for your time.
Good to see you again.
Yes, we knew each other when you were in Congress. So give me your reaction to the court's ruling, and if you believe that for the time being, it settles the matter in states like yours that have placed these bans on the books, that they're going to stay.
Well, it was a great day for Idaho. It was a great day for the Constitution on this issue. I think it made it clear, on a 9-0 decision that Title IX protects girls in sports. And it made it clear on a 6-3 decision that the Constitution does not forbid or prevent states from enacting such laws. There was a 3-vote minority that said that we needed further evidence, but their dissent, unlike at other times that I think we're all used to, they weren't really forceful in their dissent. I think they just said we needed more time, more evidence, but I think it's a pretty clear indication that states like Idaho can pass such laws. So the next step is going to be, there's going to be further litigation about states that do not have laws like this and whether it's a violation of the rights of girls in sports to be forced to compete against male athletes.
Mr. Attorney General, is it the premise of the statute in Idaho that anyone who is transgender who wants to participate in sports did so, meaning change their identity in order to gain a competitive advantage, meaning to be unfair?
That's not the premise of the statute, but that's the actual result that happens when a boy who identifies as a girl participates in sports. They always have advantages. And if you read the opinion, that's exactly what they talked about. They said that their strength, the speed, all those different things give advantages to male athletes. And it actually disadvantages female competitors that not only at the top of the podium, when they can win awards, but also just female competitors are just trying to get on the team. I have a daughter who was a volleyball player, very competitive volleyball team that worked really hard to become a varsity player on the volleyball team in high school. And this, if we had male athletes trying to compete in her case, it would have been a disadvantage to her. And I think it's been a blessing for her life. She's now a mother of 2, expecting another child. And I think her life was really benefited by the athletic ability and the athletic opportunities she had in high school. So I think that's what this law is trying to protect, giving all these young women the ability to participate in sports in a safe environment.
Mr. Attorney General, I remember when you were in Congress, there were a fair number of debates, and Republicans were usually on one side of them about the importance of preserving parental rights. So let's take a parent or 2 parents of a child who at, let's say, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th grade makes a decision about their identity and becomes, through intervening therapy, of a different gender because of their identity and isn't really thinking about sports at the time that they make that choice in concert with their parents who supervise and support this, then later decides they want to play sports. Does that child have no rights at all to access the ability to gain from sports competition?
Well, a child has the ability to participate in co-ed sports and leagues that maybe allow those things to happen. But if the state or the school, the NCAA, the state, or the high school decides that they're not going to allow these children to participate in those sports, then what the Supreme Court just decided is that the states have a right to do that. They have an opportunity to do that without violating that child's rights. That's a very difficult decision. I think my heart goes out to the parents of those children that are going through that. But what the court decided today is that biological reality matters. And I think common sense matters. And I think this is an 80-20 issue in most of the United States. Is actually a little bit preposterous that we had to go to the U.S. Supreme Court to decide something like this. This wouldn't have happened 10, 15 years ago. And I'm just grateful that today biological reality and common sense prevailed.
The president called it transgender insanity. Do you embrace that kind of language?
I just think it was a beautiful day for girls in Idaho, and I'm going to leave it at that.
Mr. Attorney General, I appreciate the time. Thank you.
Thank you.